All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and box model out an airplane, box model out a flying vehicle here. So starting with a cube, I'm gonna set my scale in Y to about 3.5 and switch to edit mode and select the polygons. Grab this first polygon on the front and set it to extrude by region and extrude that out some. Immediately shift to my scale tool and scaling along the white circle, scaling down all three axes, scale that down. Then I'm going to switch back to my select box, get the back polygon here, extrude button there, and extrude this one out. I want to extrude this one a little further than I extruded out the nose. Get the scale. I'm again using the uniform scale, scaling that down. All right, so now I've got the general shape of an airplane's body. I'm going to use the switch to vertices real quick, and I'm going to use the loop cut tool. So click on the loop cut tool, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to lay in a layer of a cut of vertices, but then I want to open up the last operation menu, set the number of cuts to 2. That way it's already got detail cut into this for me. And then we'll collapse that down. I also want to do a cut across the top of the aircraft, and also, again, set the number of cuts to 2. All right, now get back on my select tool, and I'm ready to start doing some stuff. Where to begin? Well, let's start with the wings. So I'm going to grab, back on the polygons, that polygon, and hold down my shift key, that polygon. I'm selecting these 2 polygons. Holding my middle mouse wheel and sliding my mouse, I'm able to look on both sides, see the 2 polygons, making sure I don't have any other polygons selected, just those 2. I'm going to change the extrude tool to extrude along normals. This will cause the extrusion to occur in the direction each face is facing. So if I pull that out, I get a nice outward extrusion here. I'll press my 7 key and get to a top view, and then realize that, oops, I forgot one thing I want to do before I extrude. So undo. I want to get an inset first. I'm going to do an inset. There we go. That gives me some initial thinning. And then I will extrude along normals. Maybe instead, push these out a little bit, stretching them and scaling them in the x-axis only. Yeah, stretch those out. Then extrude along normals. So I'll push those out about that far. Get the scale tool, scale them down in Y, scale them down in Z so the end becomes narrower. Get my move tool here and move them up. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Then I'm going to continue. Another extrusion, back on the extrude tool. I'm going to extrude those out and get the scale tool and scale them in Y and scale them down in Z so they become somewhat thinner. Grab my move tool, maybe move them down, and then start taking a look at what things are looking like here. Now hear this. Back in the video, now that the phone call's taken care of. Now I've got a bit of a different shape here this time, don't I, from the last time that I did this. I'm having a little fun with this. I might even, with my move tool, sweep those back or maybe even sweep them forward. I've got choices, I've got choices what I want to do here with this. So there, that takes care of some interesting looking wings. Right here in this part of the frame on this polygon, I'm going to stretch that out in X just to make this a little bit wider. Right click and select subdivide. Don't like that. What happens if I do 2 cuts? Yeah. I'm going to stretch that out. Let's do this with an inset. Grab an inset. There we go. And then, yeah, scoot that down. Move that forward. Okay, there we go. Nice. Pull that up. And now I'm beginning to create something that looks like the cabin for the aircraft. I could even extrude a region right here, up, and get the scale tool and uniformly scale that down. Yeah, that looks like a nice little cabin area for the pilot to be inside. All right. Now, on my tail section here, I'm going to grab all the vertices here on the very end, get my move tool. Let's see, it's just, yep, that's a side view. Get my move tool, and I'm going to pull these back even further. I want to pull them back quite a bit. And then I'm going to also scale them down a little bit. Look at this from the top. Yeah, scale that in a little bit. 3 side, 1 from the front. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to get the loop cut tool real quick and yeah, slice in a cut right there. Nice. I like that. Switch to polygons. Select the tool. I'm going to grab that polygon, and on this side over here, Booth, I played myself. Look what I did to my mesh. Let's see, can I Control Z my way out of this? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, here's what I forgot to do. I didn't orbit around to check and see did I have everything I wanted selected. So, of course, I played myself. But if I am in that 3 view, I need to remember, change to X-ray, enable, toggle X-ray, and then select those vertices. And now you get them all. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get all of those. Grab that move tool and move these out. Get that loop cut that loop in, and switching to polygons and getting back out of X-ray mode because I want to be able to see through this. There we go. And my mesh is not all torn up. That's why you got to be panning around because it could mess up your mesh. Get that polygon there. Hold my shift key. Get that polygon. And even while I'm at it, I'm going to grab that polygon. So I'm going to get all 3 of those polygons. I'm going to take care of my stabilizers and my tail. Get the inset tool and inset all 3 of those. And then get the extrude along normals tool and extrude them all out. Now, here, I don't think I'm going to be able to uniformly scale them all. Yeah, that's not going to do. So, one at a time. There we go. What am I scaling that down to? I'm not sure. 0.248. All right, good to know. Off the circle. Let's see. 0.248. All right. There we go. You know you can enter the numbers just like that. There we go. That takes care of that. That way each of these are going to be the exact same. I'll click on that one. Just do a little bit of a scale and then get in here and it's 0.248. And there we go. It responds. The tool responds. And I get to just numerically put it in. There we go. Now I've got these nice looking, okay. And then polygons, still on polygon selection mode. I'm going to turn on X-ray because I want to grab all these and I want to grab all those. So I've got all those polygons on both sides. Got the ends, good. Pushing these out a little bit. Yeah, good. And then I want those polygons. Get my move tool, move them up a little bit. Cool. All right. Now, looking at this thing's got a pretty good shape here. I could take the time to put weapons on here, but as a starting point, this is going to make a very nice basic mesh to begin with. So at this point, I'm going to get out of object mode. Or rather, I'm going to get out of edit mode and get into object mode. And this is where I'm going to add the modifier, the subsurface modifier to it. Subdivision surface modifier. And putting that on, you can see it really changes the look of the whole model. I'm going to bump the levels up to 2, And then I'm going to right click anywhere in here and select Shade Smooth. Shade Smooth. There we go. Thank you. I had to have it selected in order for the Shade Smooth to stick. So that's looking pretty good. So I'm going to collapse this. I'm going to apply this modifier now. If I go back into edit mode, I'll see now that I have a lot more geometry in here. Makes up my aircraft. But it's got some smooth surfaces to it, and it's got some style. So this might be a save as, and first time you make it, first time you save any file, make its own folder so you can have your projects well organized. And that way also you know where the folder you can go find later. And this one's going to be Flyer, underbar demo, underbar 001, because it's my first save. And I'll hit the save button. Now, I'll see you in the second video where I'm going to start to trick this out.